What is up, gamers? M107 here, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about a new game that's been out there for less than a month, and people are attracted to it because it gives some good old Dead Space vibes. Fort Solis is a small game, probably takes about 3 to 4 hours to finish, and it's developed by Fallen Leaf Studio and Black Dracker Games. Fallen Leaf is a new studio in the industry and tries to focus on narrative-based storytelling. Black Dracker Games, however, has a little bit of more experience, and it was founded in 2021. So both of them are newbies when it comes to making video games, but they have rather experienced people on board as well. Finally, the publisher is Dear Villagers. They have some other titles in their name as well, Forgotten City for instance, and these guys combined did a pretty solid job to convey the feeling of a dark mystery in another planet. The story is pretty straightforward. It's year 2080 and humankind has been able to reach other planets and start a new life as a way to save those who are in danger back on Earth. They're doing all kinds of stuff. They're trying to grow plants, make use of bees and all that. And you play as Jack Leary, who's an engineer and fixes what needs to be fixed out there in space. You get an alarm from an old base called Fort Solis, and you go out there in order to kind of respond to that alarm. And the rest of the game is just you lurking around in Fort Solis. As you can see in the video, the game is just dark. It's full of dark tunnels and unknown rooms with locked doors. They really did a good job of conveying a feeling of mystery and a little bit of horror. I believe this is not a horror game. It's more of a walking simulator with a mysterious story that kind of makes you want to continue playing to know what's going to happen in the end. Sometimes it can be on your nerves that you are in a place where everyone who's supposed to be alive is dead, and your character just walks around. Like literally walks around. You can't really run in this game, and you don't need it, to be honest, but the fact that this dude is so chill with everyone dead around him kind of makes you angry. Anyway, when you first look at this game and get to know about the story, it may seem like that it's something similar to Dead Space, you know? Dead people, space bases, helmets, running out of oxygen. All of that kind of reminds me of Dead Space, but the harsh truth about this game is that it really has very little in common with Dead Space franchise. First of all, you can't do anything but walking in Fort Solis. Compare that to Dead Space where you could jump, dodge, shoot people, and you had a full arsenal to defend yourself. And more importantly, there was all kinds of creatures in Dead Space that could kill you and you were in constant danger. In Fort Solis, however, you're pretty much alone. There is not a single alien or creature that could harm you in any way. It's just you, an enormous space called Fort Solis, and a psychopath. That's all. And more importantly, the genre of these games are basically different. Yes, they are both third person, but Dead Space is a third person shooter and has a lot of horror going on. It's basically an action game focusing on gameplay elements. On the other side, Fort Solis is just a story-driven thriller with a mysterious narrative taking place on a red planet with minimal focus on gameplay. So for all you guys that are hyped to relive a Dead Space in 2023, I have to disappoint you in that regard, but good news is, Fort Solis is a worthwhile independent game. What I mean by that is it's worth a try regardless of being a walking simulator. The story is really attractive, and again, it's a short game. Come on, you just can't possibly get bored when the whole game takes 3 hours. Let me remind you that we've got walking simulators like Death Stranding, which is a literal walking simulator, and it takes 20 to 30 hours, maybe even more, to complete the game and its open world. So if you have a linear storytelling walking simulator that takes a lot less time to go through, why not give it a try, right? Apart from all that, this game looks absolutely amazing. It shines bright when it comes to graphics, and remember, this is an indie game and this is how good it looks thanks to Unreal Engine 5. Look at the facial expressions. That's insane for two newbie studios. I believe they did an amazing job for the graphics, but all those good looking textures come at a cost, and that is your frame rate and a lot more issues to follow. I play on PC and I've seen a lot of issues. First of all, the game couldn't even detect the real resolution of my monitor and it was unchangeable. The game is poorly optimized, at least on PC, and I really couldn't get a solid 60 FPS without any upscaling. I believe it's obvious if you pay attention to the footage. AMD FSR makes it pretty much smoother, but it messes up the visuals, and I don't have an RTX card, so I just can't say anything about DLSS. If you guys have used that, please let me know how was your experience down in the comments section. I've heard it sucks even worse on PS5 in terms of performance, so at least PC gamers have some upscaling options to count on. Xbox version isn't available yet, but it's going to be on Xbox in the future. Now, as I mentioned, the game is short, probably takes about 3 to 4 hours, but for a game this short, $29.99 in my opinion is just overpriced. Yes, it's 2023, yes, it's made by Unreal Engine 5, but in 2023, we've got video games that could entertain you 40 hours with great visuals and still cost you like $40, so I believe it's a bit overpriced. With all that said, it's time to finally come to a conclusion. Fort Solis is definitely a game worth playing. I've seen some reviews hitting the game hard, but I honestly believe when I criticize a game, there are more factors to consider apart from the game itself. When people start calling the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 a scam, that is because it's a AAA title selling the exact content from last year. Considering the fact that Fort Solis is an indie game created by two newly founded studios, I have to admit that they've done a decent job. The performance issues are possibly fixable, and small studios care more about their games, believe me. Some of the critics mentioned that the story loses pace from one point, and I have to agree, but this loss of pace is not so strong that could disconnect you from the experience. You'll still want to know why this crazy dude does what he does, and that will drive you through the game even though it's a walking simulator and might feel boring in the beginning. And that's my honest review about the game. I just want to make this clear that I'm not paid by any of these developers or basically anyone to talk nicely about this game. It was my own opinion, and I've seen a lot of people playing and enjoying this just like me. It's only some of the critics that go a little too hard on the game. If by any chance you are watching this video and have played the game, let me know how you feel about it and what could simply be better. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you help the video to reach out to more people. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay cool.